Hello, viewers. Assalamu alaikum. I am in the Kyushu. As you know, that the Mughal channel is trying to give you the good news about the Muslim community in Fukuoka or Kyushu, whatever. So today, we maybe everybody's looking about all Muslim community in Japan. That NHK is broadcasting news about the graveyard in Kyushu, Beppu. So one of our friend, Dr. Tahir Abbas, is alive with me, trying to give this all details from him. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Saab.
Alaikum assalam. Well, Saab, you're fine, I hope, inshallah.
Thank you very much, sir. Careful, hal ya habibi.
Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah,
Alhamdulillah.
mashallah. So, Dr. Sabha, I would like to ask you, a lot of people are, watching today's NHK news, and mostly the news was in Japanese, and people were asking me, please explain what they are asking, what they are telling you. I think better to talk with you and you can explain then better. Could you please a little bit brief about today's meeting? What kind of agreement you did with the Japanese community in Hiji?
We have been trying to make the graveyard for a very long time, but the people living in around that area, they were actually objecting to this. They were opposing this.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, now we have come to an agreement with them. They have signed this agreement today. We have signed it as well.
Okay.
So officially now, their opposition has ended, and we have reached an agreement that we will build this graveyard keeping in mind those conditions which we have agreed with them.
Okay.
So if we do that, they are not opposed to it. They have given permission for this. And
Mm-hmm.
now there are some other steps that we have to follow with the city office.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, inshallah, we will get the final permission, hopefully, inshallah.
I see. So, Doctor, could you please explain a little bit the point? What the point you have been agreement with between the Japanese community?
Actually, those people were worried that with this burial based graveyard, they were worried that the underground water might get contaminated.
I
We
see.
tried to assure them, showing them scientific data that it does not affect, but
Mm-hmm.
still they were not convinced. So finally, we have signed this agreement with them that
Mm-hmm.
every year we will get the quality of water tested
Mm-hmm.
and send them the results to make so that they make sure that
Mm-hmm.
there is absolutely no damage to the environment or any problem to water, that
Mm-hmm.
we'll send them, inshallah.
I see. So that's why I think today maybe a lot of Japanese media is coming to your mosque, Beppu Mosque, and maybe they was questioning a lot of in Japanese. So I will ask you to please little bit explain what kind of question they was putting on you.
Actually, because the media in Beppu, they are following this whole process for last 5 years now.
5 years,
In
yes.
fact, there was one NHK lady who was following it before that. So
Okay.
5 years ago, we actually started this particular project. But we
Mm-hmm.
were looking for graveyard much before that. About
Mm-hmm.
maybe about 10 years ago, we started. So
Mm.
she was following it since then. So the media in Beppu is fully involved in this. So once they got this news today, all the media in Beppu, all the TV channels,
Mm-hmm.
the news agencies, those were there in the masjid. We actually purposefully we selected that this signing should be done in the masjid so
Okay.
that media would cover it and the masjid will also get promoted with this. So
Yes.
today we did this, and their question was, how do you feel now that you have reached the agreement? How do you feel? So
Mm-hmm.
I said, first of all, I'm very happy
Mm-hmm.
that after 5 years, we are finally able to get a more concrete outcome now.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, I told them that I'm very grateful
Mm-hmm.
to the Japanese community who have finally trusted us and done this agreement with us.
I see.
So this was main question was this.
I see. But Daksab, I think you make a lot of hard work and very lot hard effort. I would ask you, how did you convince them, the Japanese community, to be agree on it?
Actually, I finally we tried to build personal relationship with them. So
Mm-hmm.
for last 3 years, what I was doing was with some of my Japanese converted Muslim friends.
Mm-hmm.
We used to go to that community, meet the old people there, give them some present, talk to them, And they're very nice people. Honestly speaking, they're not bad people. The
Yeah,
only
yeah,
thing is, because Japan was cut off from the rest of the world for a very long time,
that's
and
right.
especially these people who live in these small communities, they never meet anybody other than a Japanese. So even
Mm-hmm.
our faces for them are very scary. They look at us and they get scared. So I try to build up this relationship with them, and now
Mm-hmm.
alhamdulillah, finally they are convinced, and they're good people. They're very good people, mashallah.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. Dr. Saab, I think a lot of Muslim, around in Japan, maybe Tokyo, Osaka, there are a lot of prefecture. So I would like to ask you, please, can you give the message to the whole Muslim community, maybe Indonesian, Bangladesh, a lot of community, Arab community, about the graveyard procedure, how to make our own graveyard, or what kind of before we have been hard worship about, so if somebody's die, you've been facing a lot of troubles there. So could you explain a little bit that?
Actually, Mughal Sahib, up till now, we have other burial places in Tokyo and in Osaka. About in total, all over Japan, I think there are more than 10 places.
Mhm.
But the thing is, none of them is a declared Muslim graveyard. They are actually Buddhist graveyards which have taken permission for burial.
Yes,
And
yes,
then
yes.
they sell that burial permission to Muslims. So,
Okay.
although we say these are Muslim graveyards, yes, we can bury them,
Hmm.
bury our dead bodies there, but officially and technically, they are basically Buddhist graveyards
Okay.
with God burial permission, and they sold the burial permission. Otherwise, the owner would still be some Buddhist temple.
Mm-hmm.
So we purchase only burial rights. This will be the first graveyard in Japan, starting from the beginning,
Hmm.
owned by Muslims, operated by Muslims, and finally get when once we get burial permission,
Hmm.
inshallah, it can become an example for rest of Japan. So
Yes,
if
yes,
other
yes.
people they want to do this, they can use this example and follow the steps and build their own graveyards in their own
Yeah.
areas. And by the way, just a side note, because Mughal Sahib, we faced a lot of trouble, and I
Hmm.
realized it's
Hmm.
not easy. I mean, I was, alhamdulillah, I was able to do this to spare time. It's not easy for other people also to spend so much time. So, you see, I'm a professor in a university. In Japan, they give a lot of respect to a professor. So
That's right.
whenever I used to go to city office or other, they would all give a lot of respect. And then I realized that if I cannot get this, it means it's very difficult for other people to get this permission. So
Yes,
we
yes.
actually, I went 2 years ago, we submitted a petition to
Hmm.
the Kosei Rodosho, the ministry responsible for this. We went to
Yes.
Tokyo,
Mm-hmm.
one Christian monk, one Buddhist monk, and me and some other people. We went there
Hmm.
and we submitted the petition. And
Yeah.
I requested Kosei Rodosho to make one multicultural graveyard. We cannot ask them because they will say this is a religious issue. We don't look into this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
used over there, we said this is a multicultural graveyard. So
Mm-hmm.
if a Japanese government makes one graveyard in one prefecture, everybody will not then face any problem. And we are not asking to make this graveyard on taxpayer money. We will pay whenever we get any grave, we will pay the money and get the grave. So we are not asking it for free. So that, I think other people should also follow that. I'll
Mm-hmm.
also try to keep following on that as well. So although we got this own graveyard, I'll try to push the government to make multicultural graveyards in every prefecture.
I
So it's
see.
not only for Muslims, they can reserve one plot for Muslim, one plot for Christians, for Jews, or anybody else, whoever wants to use.
This very good, very good. Really, it's a very high vision, open vision graveyard. Talks of you're doing. So I would like to a little bit, message to the whole community in Muslim Japan that what is your now next step and what is your vision to do this?
Actually, Mughal Sahib, Japanese are very good people, but they stayed disconnected from the rest of the world. So
Okay.
with foreigners, they don't fully know how to deal with them.
Hmm.
So I think we should try to approach them with love and respect.
Okay.
And like in our mosque, we have open free dinner on first and third Friday night, where we invite the Japanese also to come and to have food with us. So we
Mhm.
should try to build up relationship with them through communication, talking to them, so that
Mhm.
they don't feel afraid of us.
I see.
So inshallah,
Mhm.
slowly then,
Mhm.
they once they come to masajid, what I have seen is
Mhm.
many of them then they also become Muslims, mashallah.
I see. I
So
see.
we should try to have this attitude with
I
them.
see. So, Doctor, one last question, because this project is very expensive project. I'm thinking, how do you can manage it? This fundraising, how are you thinking? You're planning to do manage it this is financially?
uh, Financially, Mughal Sahib, we'll do fundraising. We'll do
Okay.
fundraising.
Hmm.
Maybe our brothers in Fukuoka, they also have some contacts overseas in some Gulf countries. So we try to move through them. We
Okay.
also try to do our own fundraising. So funds have to be raised. We have to do that.
Okay.
But for the time being, what I'm focusing on is getting the official permission. But
Okay.
till that time, also we have to spend a lot of money. So
Hmm.
maybe I'm going to request actually brothers in Fukuoka
Yeah.
to at least do a local fundraising, so that
Okay.
these expenses we can meet, inshallah.
Okay, yeah, that's very important. I think this message will go to the whole Muslim community living in Fukuoka, maybe Tokyo, or maybe Ibaraki. A lot of Muslims
Yes.
living here. Asaf, thank you very much for sharing your feelings.
Thank you.
I hope I would like to come to your place, and finally you get the place. I
Oh,
want to make a video, little
definitely.
bit documentaries, and show the people what kind of place, because people want to see it. So I love to come to
Yes,
join your place. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab.
definitely.
Hope to see you
Thank you.
again. Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank
Assalamu
you.
alaikum.
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum.
Thank
And
you, Dr.
my
Saab.
salam to all your viewers. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you very much. Thank you.